So it's like when I forget stuff, I look stupid when I forget it. All right, so it should be on now. Yep, should be up now.
Yep, there we go.
All right, we go. We go. Let me go to the YouTube channel. Make sure everything looks fine on everybody's end. Sorry for the spooky start, guys. What's up? Whoever's in here, what's going on? Put my headset on.
What's going on, everybody?
All right, we're good. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are live. I'm here with the one and only FC Violent. We're going to talk about a few things real quick, especially going into these next-gen consoles. You guys already know the constant debate is visuals, when the reality is the debate should really be the performance of these next-gen consoles, since you're paying, what you think, $500, right? 500
Anywhere
bucks
from
for them out the way.
400 to 600 is what I
Man,
think.
that's what everybody's saying, like 4 to 6. I'm saying 5, but a lot of people thinks that it's 6. So if we're going about this, then honestly, I would like to see a big, I would like to see the importance of the performance being, the main factor going into these games, whether it be in the visual fidelity. And granted, again, games are going to look good, right? We already know games are going to look good, but let's be real though. You know what I'm saying? Games are games are games. They're the eye candy. They look good to begin with, but we need more out of these games. Honestly, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, with the games we've seen with Ghost, The Last of Us, it's gonna be a point where you're gonna hit those diminishing returns when it comes to graphics or what games look like. I mean, as games progress even further, they're gonna be closer and closer to Pixar and how they look in CGI and all that, right? Like, look at the
Yeah,
Hellblade trailer, see how close it is to that trailer. But the things that, for me, anytime that you want to do something like different or something where you could actually utilize your machines, right? These consoles are supposed to be, just what raw specs and power is supposed to be compared to 2080 Supers and 2080 Ti's, right?
mm,
If
mm,
if that's the case, those same rigs, I know it's not one for one, but they could run games like uh what's the game like Death Stranding and shit like that in 60 frames
yep.
and plus. Like, that should be that jump, because if for those who've never played a game in 60 frames, one, it improves your gaming experience because it's like smooth. I don't know, it's more, like the reaction is it's just way better. It just makes it like that's how the game's supposed to be played. And for the
Yeah,
fact that people are capping for 30 frames next gen, I'm like, bro, I don't know, is it worth it? Like, I mean, we're going from
yeah,
30 to
yeah.
30 again.
I
Like,
mean,
where's
when you
the
got
innovation?
everybody offering like services this time around for these
Hmm.
games and subscriptions, like buy-ins type of thing for the
Yeah.
games, it's kind of like they're just really telling us all. And let's be real, everybody in the chat, what's up? I see y'all. What's up, Spartan? Overdone, everybody. What's up, Big Mike? I see you. But when you see all this, when you see all these games and these services, it's
Mhm.
kind of like they're trying to nickel and dime you into just really trying PC, don't it? Because it's like, okay, you can get our games and all this through this monthly subscription, and you can play them at full cap, full performance, all that, no hiccups. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, it's like, whoa, damn, is that what we're going into this now? I've said it before. Both PS5 and Series X are very capable systems. They both can
Facts. Yeah.
handle 60, no issue. They both can go past that. They're talking about 120 with. I'm guessing that's going to be for
GP.
racing games. I'm guessing
Yeah.
it's going to be for racing games. So again, it's like, and then we see games like Valhalla drop, and it's like,
Oh man.
oh my god. So I don't know, man. I would like to see the performance be the big thing. Yeah, okay, I hear myself. But I like to see the performance be the main thing. What's up, RGN, Jackie, Pond? What's up, Demonics? What's up? But yeah, it's like like I don't know. Like, what would you say? Like again, after seeing the AC Valhalla gameplay, was that
Yeah.
enough to sell you on really next
I
gen? Even though
have.
that's a current gen game, a lot of people are saying that's current gen. Okay, but usually, even with Black Flag, right? We saw
Yeah.
enough there that said, okay, that's a upgrade. That's an upgrade. Like with the vegetation, the
Yeah, but
weather,
see,
the
yeah,
white.
but see, they're
Yeah,
doing something different from the last generation. Going into that when Black Flag came out, they added a lot of different things that you would not have seen in those consoles. Now Valhalla,
Mm.
what have they done really different
I mean, all they did was
on
just
the
turn the
console
hidden
version?
blade into a gauntlet blade. That's what it felt
Right, right.
like.
And then okay, then like okay, no, it's a different genre and stuff. But then you look at other things like okay, graphically, is it any better than Origins and in Odyssey? Not really. And then and then you realize it's gonna be running on 30 frames or what they say most likely is gonna be 30 frames. That's just for me, and I think you as well, because we both have PCs. So
Yeah.
it comes a time where you're like, do I still want to continue to buy these consoles when I'm playing some games on PC or whatever? And you just notice the difference. And like for me, I'm like, bro,
Oh,
I don't
bro,
know,
I'm
man.
with
Like
you on that.
the 30 frames, man. Like, is it really worth it? Or I could put that towards like a piece on my computer that would make my game experience even better. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like coming from me because I know you're primary Sony. How do you feel about that? Like, are you gonna wait eventually for those games to come on PC, or would that be okay? Or is this something like because you prefer Sony that you're gonna most likely get that PlayStation 5 anyway?
Yeah. So from what we saw, right, they said they didn't say work in progress. They just said pre-alpha for some of these games, and it wasn't
Right.
really confirmed or determined the FPS of the games there. But I'm hoping that they at least give you the option for like a performance mode for those
Yes.
games and give
That'd be
you
the saving grace.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be definitely the saving grade. If they can give you that for the first party at least, more than likely, because I already know I'm probably going to buy PS5 day one to begin with, just to have those
Right.
games on there. But and because I know I'm not going to wait, because a part of me is just not going to wait for a lot of these games to eventually, make a jump or a potential jump to PC. But
Hmm.
if that is the case though, and they are going to drop them, on PS5 and they have performance modes, I think that would be a saving grace for that console in general. And I think same thing can be said about Microsoft if they have like performance modes just for their first party. That would be good. But as far as the third party though, that's the good question too. Like, is third party you're not even going to take advantage of the systems? Then me and you both own platforms that definitely can and definitely will take full advantage. You know what I'm saying? What's up,
Yeah. That's
Kofi?
yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yo, just shout out to my guy Kofi. What's going on, bro? I mean, and that's the point, man. Especially when it comes to AC and all these games like it. It's like,
Hmm.
why would I get this on console? There's no reason for me to get it on console. And then now I think for the PlayStation fans in general or gamers, they might even see like Death Stranding. That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
It just released on PC, and now you're hearing all these things in the background and the media saying that the game was actually meant to be played in 60, and it shows. And then they even scored the game higher on PC. That goes to show you how much different the experience is, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
what are your what's your thoughts on this guy? I know I believe you played it. I beat it in.
Yeah, I
So
platinumed that game on console, so I played through the rough 30 for that game. Honestly, it was fine. It didn't bother me as much, especially for the current gen, because we're kind of like used to it. 30, but if this
right.
was PS5 Series X, I'd be like, well, what the fuck? What am I buying myself into? Type of thing. I mean, granted, I love the mythological creatures. I
Right.
love the exploration of that game, but I would like to see more effort go into this type of game again. If games, again, this is a big if, because this is the report that's going around that games
Hmm.
could cost $70. Games are
Ah,
going to cost $70. We're not going to get at least a performance option.
I mean,
It's like that's a real tough pill to swallow
there's
for a
there's
lot of
there's no
people.
excuse for not having performance options at least in first party because they've already had that in first party
Yeah.
now. Even Ghost has a performance option just to maintain 30. Why can't they
Mm-hmm.
then not have a performance options to maintain 60 or above or whatever? Like if it
Right.
has to downgrade from 4K to 1440 or even 1080, like bro, I would definitely take that.
Yeah,
Like and
1440. A lot of people are sleep
that's the
on.
money. That's
They
the
sleep
money
on
spot.
1440 with console, or because shout out to Carlos in the chat, because Carlos plays on 1440p monitors and they look
Me
fucking
too.
incredible. Like games look
Yo,
incredible on 1440p. Like you would think that's 4K. It looks fucking insane. Like on
yeah,
you could really push 60 easy.
1440. I believe that's technically 2K, but the thing is,
The
it's
the
so
point
crisp.
stands.
Like
You don't have to
exactly.
prioritize the crazy shit for this. You don't have to. You can
Right, right. But the
really
thing
tone
is,
it
like,
down.
with that 1440, you could also get those smooth ass frames too that come with it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, playing a game, like playing Sekiro. I knew when I did not want to play that on console because I was like, man, no, I want the frames, and I think it's 60 on Steam.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not getting the same issues that a lot of people are getting And I'm not advocating for people to get PC. It was
Right,
more
right.
like
Yeah,
because
none
I know
of
you
us are.
came,
Yeah. A lot
yeah,
of people
yeah,
take that out of context and say, oh, you're
right,
just
because
capping for PC. No, we're
exactly
not
you're
capping for
bad.
PC.
Yeah, no. It's not that we're capping for the frames, and these consoles could do it.
Yeah.
It's more line. It's
You can
more
ask
along the line
any
of
diehard Xbox dude, dealer will even tell you he'll take the 60 over anything. You know, it's just that's how we're all about right this because that's what we all groomed ourselves to actually experience or think we're going to get going into this right because like that was the big issue 30 FPS, crappy CPUs, crappy
mhm,
GPUs. Now
right.
you have everything. There's no excuse for anything. You got both for PS5 and Series
Not
X
not e- not even just both. You're getting brand new CPUs that's not even out right now, right?
and
So
custom architecture with SSDs.
exactly. So you're getting all these things, and everyone like they excuse this gen because you got those old ass Jaguar cores, right? That's the reason why
Mm-hmm.
the frames are being bottlenecked and all that. But you're getting brand new RDNA 2 architecture in your CPUs.
Yes.
Why are we still going with the 30? Like, stop. Like, we already have 4K 30 last gen or this gen. Why would you also get 4K 30 now?
Exactly.
Get the frames. Like, you guys all talking about all these other things, and then I'm sitting there like, bro, like, no, focus on the frames. Make your game better instead of adding shit to it. You see what I'm
Facts.
saying? But
Shout
like,
out
I
to
don't know,
Dirk Griggity. He dropped a
sir.
$5 super chat. He said, "What up, Big Cloud? Showing support for the boy FC."
My God, Dirt, man. Shout out to him, man.
Crowd's like, you already
Shout out
know.
to Dirt.
Shout out to Big Mike. Big Mike recently just jumped on PC, and he was a
Yeah,
big
man.
console advocate this gen, but he jumped full PC going into the end of this gen. He's excited. He's like me. He's excited for PS5, Series X, see what they
Mhm.
got, but it's like I'm not gonna. You know, what I'm saying? I can't act like there's not another option I have here when, especially when if it doesn't perform. You know what I'm saying? What's up,
Right.
Forte? Even Forte's on the bandwagon. He's like, yo, 60 or nothing. Like, I'm with you. You
Fact.
know, I'm on that side. I don't know who's on 30. You know, some people said I was wrong. They saying that 30 FPS makes games look better in certain things. I'm like, listen,
How?
that's not
How?
that's not the case.
Yo,
I can
who's
show
yeah,
you
like,
a I can show you a actually I can show you a monitor right now and it'll tell you right here on a monitor. It'll show you the difference. It's blurred. You know what I'm saying? It's not blurred at 60.
exactly,
It
bro?
doesn't look
Like,
better.
I don't, like, and it doesn't help the digital foundries capping for this 30 frame shit. Like, even though they just capped for it a week ago, and then literally when they did the Death Stranding thon, they were like oozing over it. I'm like, bro, like, just be honest with these consoles, these next gen consoles can do it. Why are we still capping for 30? Like, stop
Mm-hmm.
it.
And you
Or
know,
at least,
again, boost
okay, and
mode.
here's another, yeah, yeah. And another thing too, like, now for those who like 30 frames and don't care, like the ones who have never will ever touch PC or never will ever like care about the frames and stuff. Most of the time, that comes from a place of ignorance because they never played anything in 60 plus. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And it's
Mm-hmm.
not technically their fault, but at the same time, it's like one, gotta give us an option for performance mode for those who have, and two, once you play it in a higher frame setting with the same graphics fidelity, you'll see that it literally improves the game. Like
Yep.
it makes the game run better, less
Mm.
choppiness, and it looks better. Like you're getting literally everything is improved.
You know what's going to be a prime example of really proving that point? I'm glad you said that. You know, like the reports that was going around for Bloodborne.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
comes to
that's a
PC.
perfect game. Yep.
That's a perfect example. You will see that in Bloodborne. That was one of the main reasons. Again, like I said, if some games drop the PC, oh, best believe I would double them support, especially if I really enjoyed it. Like Bloodborne, I'm all over that. That was one of my games of gen this entire generation. I loved it, every single thing about it. You know, and
Yeah,
I really want a part
Bloodborne's
two.
fire.
Yeah, I want a
But
part
but
two
you
for that.
but you can see some of the drawbacks of Bloodborne, like the frames, the frames are just trash. Like,
Oh
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, boss
drop
fights,
frames,
you
the
get
frame
hit, and
skipping, and
like he'll skip or judder, especially in like when you're
uh
trying to do like
disgusting.
when you change your weapon, it'll sometimes do that little delay. Sometimes, like not really,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
it does
But
that.
the point is, imagine that game not having any of that, and it's smooth, and you have full control of your
Full
character. You know what I mean? Like where
control,
you could
nothing in your way, no artifacting, no invisible
exactly,
wall cutting you
exactly.
off. You know, you'd have so much, and I love that about it too. It's I wouldn't mind that at all. Carlos says he's playing PC, playing some Tekken on PC while he's listening. Hey, I see you, Carlos. What's up, 2 Die? What's up, brother? Or 2D, what's up? Everybody else in the chat, what's up? Hit that like button. But
Yes, sir. Smack that like button. Shout out to Demonics, man. If you're paying for a new console, not 60, like you already got the 30, LOL. Exactly. You're paying for the same shit.
pretty much. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get what's the delay. I don't get what's the hold up. I mean, hell, Microsoft already is getting rid of the well. Actually, no, I can't even say that because they just announced that they canceled the production of Xbox One X, but they're continuing Xbox One S, right? S is continuing, and SAD is not going to be continued. So it's like,
the digital is going to be gone, and the One X is going to be gone, and the S will eventually, I'd imagine, be discontinued. I feel like they're going to keep the lowest entry possible to get as much people in the system.
Which I think is weird. They should just got the X because the X only been out for 2 years.
True.
That's so weird. Just drop the price of the X. You know, that's what I would have done.
That would be you would feel like the common sense approach, but I feel like they don't want to. I don't know. Microsoft, when it comes to consoles, they make some weird decisions. I feel like they're like, all right, we have the X, but the CPU's trash, and we're gonna just drop the X so that the Series S comes in, and then that's our next gen, low budget, high end PC basically, or console or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you want to go in super cheap, like you want to go $100 or so into the ecosystem, we still have the S for you, and then until a couple years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They have a different approach. That's a whole different debate about how the two companies are going about it. But yeah man.
I don't know. We'll see though. I mean,
you gotta educate your brothers, man. The Xbox crew, they already know what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's been hammered home.
What
about the frames?
Their games?
Frames. Yeah. Like this, frames. Like the show on Thursday coming up next week. It's being displayed in 1080 60. You know what I mean? Like they already showed that way. When the games are shown, you see it at 60. So like, I don't know, man. Talk to your peoples, man. It's up to you. It's up to you, man.
4K. I don't know. They talking about. They ain't say 4K, right? They doing that later. I guess they're gonna re.
They're doing it after.
So
yeah, I think
60?
PlayStation did the same thing. Yeah, so it's gonna be 1080 60.
Sony did theirs in 30 though, because remember they were doing it from like multiple accounts and everywhere. But yeah, I do agree though. It should have been a 60 show. That way you could have seen more, smoothness of like the transitions, everything on the screen. It's still one of their best presentations by far.
No. It's the best. It's the best post-COVID show period at the moment. Like that's not even capping. That's just being honest.
Yeah, that was really,
no one has done it. But the summer games are trash. I don't want to sit there and listen to barn ass developers talk. No offense to developers.
Tune into what's it tomorrow? He's doing one tomorrow for the DualSense,
for the controller.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the deep dive into the controller. Maybe they gave it to him.
Yes, I've never seen a deep dive for a controller. Like that's interesting.
Yeah, because remember they said this has so much extra stuff for whatever they're doing. So I'm guessing he's got the okay
to do. I would like to see the games with it. Like you know what I mean? Like I guess it's gonna be hard to tell. But if the controls improve, then shout out because. So far, the DS4 is a solid controller. They improve on that. That's good.
Yeah, it looks like they improved the grip on the sides, and
they made it wide. It looks like they made it wider.
Yeah, the grips on the side is a lot more flush. It looks like, with no issues.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Oh man.
Let's see. He said, "I don't know about this. Them supporting the Xbox One S going forward will make this genre last longer than needed. I want to move on to the next gen right now." I agree with you, Forte. I agree.
Yeah,
I do agree.
That's another thing. Just real quick on that. Like I had this debate with. Well, I always post something out and like feelers and people to jump on it right on Twitter. Mm-hmm. But so my thought process on this is people are thinking, oh. So Xbox is gonna be, they're gonna hold on to the current gen for 2 years or 1 year to 2 years, whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
But my question to that is, first party will be doing that stuff, not the third party, right? So first party, what games are actually gonna be cross gen? I'd imagine Halo, yes, cross gen.
I'm pretty sure Halo would be there. Yeah, Halo would probably be the only one that they probably do because they kind of did promise that at the start.
Right. But what other games?
Hellblade, I don't see that happening because they confirmed that's for PC as well for the Series X. I don't see Hellblade doing that.
Yeah, it's also on U5 as well. Unreal Engine 5. So that's what I'm saying. Like maybe 2. Like what else? I guess we'll find out next week to see what actual games are coming out. So if you
Yeah,
know, like, okay, for 2 years it's going to be these games, these only couple Halo, um, and let's say Everwild or something like that. Maybe
probably
Forza.
Everwild. True. Yeah, that's
That's
true.
three. That's 3 games. So that's
Yeah,
after those 3 games, then they're going on to, as you feel like they're gonna just cut
what's up,
off
Didi?
the Xbox One. So that's my question, because that's what I want to know, when the actual cutoff point is, instead of like going by years, because it goes by what actual games will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree with Kofi just said. I think that's really going to be the main sword in this battle to get 60 for all games. It would have to start with the first party studios.
That's a
It
good point.
really has to start with the first party. Like if Sony and Microsoft start cranking out 60 FPS games, bro, and third party start seeing the traction they're getting from it, best believe they'll step up and actually give 60 as an option. That needs to be the case. What's up, Sean? But it needs to be and it really needs to be an option. Granted, though, I would love to have that option to switch, like whether it be a toggle, you get something you can toggle in the settings or
Yeah,
something. Just give me the option for it, honestly.
but they already have it now. Like, a lot of these games already have it later on the gen. Like, they should be able to just take that
Mm-hmm.
and add it automatically to these next gen games, or the PS5 Series X. Like, it should
Right.
just be mandated. That way, for those who want that cinematic type of experience, we're not gonna shit on your 30 frames. If you really love 30 frames, you can still have 30 frames.
Yeah.
But for those other gamers, like no one will have that option. I want to be more competitive. I want the full control. Give
I'm
me my
glad you
60.
said that because that tied into why I had an issue with Xbox One X. A lot of people thought I had
Hmm.
an issue with it because they were targeting just graphic. I was like, well,
Yeah.
it kind of was my issue because you know what they could have called the Xbox One X? The Xbox
What's
One
that?
Elite, and could have targeted 60 FPS in
Mm.
performance, and that could have been the esports console. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
That
mean,
that could have been it.
they could, but the thing is, like, on the One X, they still had that CPU, and CPU is heavily tied to frames, and they had that old ass Jaguar still. So
Eh,
that's
yeah.
why it's still hard to mandate that. But even then, they still pulled some game. Gears 5 is 60.
Yep.
You know, which
I'm not
is
sure how did
incredible. Which
Tomb
is
Raider do?
incredible feat.
How did Tomb Raider do on that?
Uh,
Was it 60
shit, I have no idea.
or just improved visual? I know they were using that as like a huge benchmark for it. Was it like visuals?
They probably they were focused on visuals, but some of the developers, like Coalition, was like, you know what? Not only can we do visuals, we'll do frames too, and they pulled it off. So shout out
Uh,
to Coalition, for those who don't know.
yeah. What's
4K
up,
60 or
Rob? What's
higher.
up,
That's
Pontian?
impressive.
What's up? I can see next gen hit 60 for third party games if they plan to support the last gen or 2 year
Hold on.
for 2 years.
You see, go ahead,
Probably.
sorry.
You said what?
I was gonna say JJ Blackman said it's a reason why they make games at 30 frames. It's because they use the extra power for graphics. The average person doesn't know what a frame per second is. But that argument needs to die, bro. Like, okay, you're saying casuals don't know this, casuals don't know that, but every gen, like, you push the new stuff onto these casuals, right? Until they do
Mm-hmm.
know it. So that should die. They, at first, before it went 1080p, they didn't know anything about HD, right? Casuals can't tell the difference between 720 to 1080. Now 1080 is mandated, and then like this gen, 1080 casuals can't tell the difference between 1080 and 4K. Yeah, yes they can. And frames, you can see it right away, especially like playing multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing Destiny in fucking 30 frames in multiplayer compared to PC when it's like unlocked.
Yeah.
Big difference.
A big
You know
difference.
what I mean? Big
You
difference.
can ask
And that's why,
Attic will tell you. Attic and what's the name? The Iron Lords will tell you they play that shit on PC all the time.
yeah, they transfer from console to PC
Yeah.
because of the frames. Like, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, COD, all those games are already mandating their multiplayers to be 60, and there's a reason why for that. Like, it makes your competitive, especially for competitive scenes, way better.
Yep.
So
What's up,
for
Demon?
these casuals that play those games, they do know about frames because they're playing it. If you drop that COD, next gen COD, to 30, you're gonna see a big. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm. Kind of makes me you don't know a good example of this. You remember that game this Alien Isolation?
Alien Eyes. That sounds familiar. I haven't played it, but I've
It
heard
was
of
the
it.
Alien game. It was in first person.
Yeah.
And it was a survival horror. It's real slow on console because it's a 30. I think it's 30 frames on console. I'm pretty sure it's 30 frames on console. Running that on PC unlocked, that shit is super fast. It's more intense. The Alien, it's much faster and more unpredictable. It's like it's realistic as hell. I'm just saying, like higher frame rates can make a huge difference to your experience. Basically, I'm trying to get there. You know.
Yeah, that should be that should be the standard. That should be what developers should focus on first, in my opinion. Focus on getting your game up to 60 frames. That should be the next gen standard.
What's up,
Like
Kevin?
how 4K was this gen, it should be that next gen. Like honestly, there's no excuse.
Oh,
You have brand new CPUs, right?
Yep.
Where the frames come from mainly, and a little bit on the GPU.
We get it though. I mean,
No
you
excuse,
get it.
bro.
We've been around for a minute. We get it. You know, dudes are just want to talk about resolution to fight one another in the console war. But
It doesn't matter. Like,
that console war shit. I mean, real talk. I've been in so like you've been. I think you've been. You're in the same Discords as me too. You be in these conversations too. You see it. It's like half of these people in PC just laugh because it's like it's not even a worthwhile talk that we're seeing here in these conversations. It's not worthwhile. You know, it's kind of silly. It's pointless.
It is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not accomplishing anything.
yeah.
Okay, my game looks better. Okay, but it still plays the same.
Facts.
It's you know, you have higher grass on this one versus this one that has small grass. Okay.
The only time that
What's up,
like
Buster?
comparison matters when it comes to the frames. It's like you're playing the same game, but you're playing at 30.
Just give me
This
that
game is
fast
at
experience. That's all I care about. Give me that fast experience. He says that game any good at Big. Are you talking about Alien? Yeah, it's really really good. I highly recommend it. It's a really good game. But nah, it just I don't know, man. Dudes try too hard and this shit. It's really really weird.
What's up, bro?
It's really really weird. I don't know what to really say. I mean, I'm excited for the consoles, right? I want to see what's gonna come to the boxes, but it's like even as I sit here, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie and be like, okay, well, everything's sunshine and rainbows when there's still one thing that still has not been addressed yet,
Right.
and that's
That
whether or
is
not
that
that power is going to be used all the way to 60. You know?
right, and that's something that's been a hindrance this gen. It would just be a shame if that's still mandated next gen. I'll give you an example too, man. Like for instance, Demon Souls remake. You know, everyone's happy about that. I believe it comes with a performance mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it should be targeting 60. That's gonna be fire as fuck. The way you could play a Dark Souls game, how it should be played. You'll see the crispiness and the difference. And another thing too,
Bro, even
for
Neo
those
2 gave you a performance option. It's like, hey, do you want
Exactly.
to focus on visuals? Or you like the performance mode where it takes down less visuals, prioritize a stable performance. Hey, I'll take it. You know, give me the performance. This is a game
I'm
I need
taking-
performance in.
Exactly. I need the stable. But I'm just thinking about too. I'm not a big Spidey fan, but I know you are.
Yeah.
Imagine playing Spider-Man in open world, whatever, swinging in 60 frames, making it smooth as fuck. Bro.
I can already tell you how it's
Imagine
going to be. So you played it, right? The Spider-Man PS4, right?
No, I haven't. But I'm just it's 30,
well,
right?
you seen the dive animation where he dives and it's kind of like a slow dramatic dive. It would be faster. It would be much faster than that. It would be like a full-fledged dive. It would feel like an actual dive. It wouldn't be super slow like that. It would be super fast.
Exactly.
Plus, when he swings, you notice it slows down with the animation. That's just that's because that's how much the console can handle. You know, it ain't gonna be able to do it super fast.
The CPU is like, man, you better stop.
Yeah, it's that 30 FPS. You stop. So if it was on a PS5, it should, in realistic standards, should be faster than that. You know, much faster. And the way we saw in that demo, that's really how the combat should be in general. That fast.
Exactly, bro.
So
play like Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
I'm not really expecting much from Hellblade 2, to be honest, because aside from visuals, you know, I'm expecting better visuals. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think the story is going to be fine because the first one was really really good. I don't know if you played the first one. The first one was really good. I think the story will be good, but I'm not really expecting no like real huge changes to that game. Maybe just to the combat, because I think what they got pretty much is enough to make. I think that's pretty much they got enough to make a good basis for a sequel here. Even with their sound effects, where like you hear her whispering in your head or telling you to look out and all that, the voices. If that comes back,
crazy.
that'll be fine for it. Especially we're talking about 3D audio and all this stuff. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say that they added that new audio chips in I think both devices and they're targeting. I think Ninja Theory themselves worked with the sound team on Xbox, so you
yep,
already know how they are. If you thought Hellblade 1 was crazy with the headphones, can you imagine the second one?
yeah, I
Yeah,
already
my
know.
true story though. Like my brother was living with me for a little bit, right? He
Hmm.
downloaded the game first, right? And I saw him playing it, and this dude like could not get past the intro. Like you know how he's like she's like on the boat or whatever,
Yeah,
and you
walking
hear all
around.
the voices going, and he's like, "What the fuck is this, bro? I can't play this shit." I'm like,
It's
bro,
really good, especially when you get to the nightmare section. You know, when you have to kill that
hell
one
yeah.
boss, and you see like the souls everywhere. It's just
Mhm.
telling you, you hear people crying. It's like, bro, I'm telling you, it's
It's trippy. It's trippy, but
dope.
it, it makes you feel how a person with schizophrenia would feel.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And just imagine, like, can you imagine, like, walking every day and you like, yeah, three people talking to you, like, yo, we should stab this person. Another person's like, no, don't do that, don't do that. It's like, nah, nah, nah. He's talking about your mom.
Then
You know what I mean? Like, you
you
just
hear
go
one
there.
in the back going, "Look out!" Somebody comes
Exactly. And
back.
then look out, and you're ducking, and then like there are people looking around. You're like, why are you ducking? Like, someone told me to duck.
Bro, it's good. It's really really good.
Man,
Ghost of Tsushima drops in what 5 hours? My
I was
copy's already
downloading my G, still
mine's already been
downloading.
done downloaded. Mine's done.
I had a, I had
But
a
I'm
wait
ready to
too.
roll with that. I can't wait to play that. I don't know if I'm gonna play.
Yeah,
I'm probably just gonna play the regular settings, and then if I play through it again, it's gonna be in that black
the
and white mode.
the black and white.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Japanese
shout
dialogue
shout out to
probably.
the yeah. Well, okay. Well, good thing you said that. Japanese dialogue. So most Asian inspired games I always play in the native tongue, but this being a Western studio, I think the name of it was technically English, but they have a Japanese language thing.
Yeah,
But
they
it's
got it
the
all.
lip sync I hear. I hear the lip syncing is off, bro,
Oh,
and I'm like, that's gonna mess up my experience, bro.
oh,
Like I don't know. Like Kobe's in the chat. Like I was discussing him about it. It's like, oh, is this true? Apparently the lip syncing is off, and I don't know why
uh,
that is, but that's I don't know.
I don't know. I gotta see it
When
myself.
you
No,
play, let me
no,
know.
dude,
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
let me know.
I
Let me
gotta
know.
see it. I gotta see if it's off. Then yeah, that's gonna be unfortunate if it's off.
Man. Can you imagine speaking in and then you see the lips move 10 seconds after?
uh,
I'm like, nah, what the fuck? No
I
thanks.
played a game like that, so yeah, I can only feel it.
Oh
I
man,
can't do it.
tragic. Oh, indie game, what's going on, bro?
Shit, I don't know. Let me. Okay.
I was actually expecting more vitriol. I don't, not too many, not too many.
What's up, Benny Gamer? What's up, brother? Mariano, what's up? But nah, it's just like on some real. We've had so many excuses. A lot of people capped for the wrong thing. I saw
Hmm.
a lot of. I honestly want that to stop for next gen. It's only hurting us for the long run. You know, it's gonna hurt us all in the long run if it doesn't stop. You know, people saying,
That's
okay, I'm okay with 60 for this type of game, but for this type of game, 30 is fine. No, no, 60 should be for all. I'm telling you. Once you play 60, you don't want to go back to 30.
exactly.
You never want to go back to 30. This is the reason why a lot of people who jump to PC don't ever give console gaming another try again. I promise you. This is why, guys, I got a special one-on-one I'm working on. Shout out to Alex. If we can make that happen, we're working on that to get that happen. But trust me, I'm gonna blow you guys away with who's gonna come on here. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's a big PC gamer, huge PC gamer. I'll let you guys piece that together. So that's the only hint I'm gonna give you. But
What's
trust
up,
me,
man?
I got something working for you guys if we can get
You,
them. But we're gonna talk about that. This
I mean,
console
but
gaming
Ryan,
needs to evolve
but
beyond
you know that
graphics. What's up?
the whole coming from once you try consoles, try a lot of primarily console gamers last gen like
Our PC
made
gamers.
that jump this gen. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
made that jump this gen.
And some just double
Forte.
dipped this time around because it was like, okay, it was kind of one sided in 2013. It was really one sided in 2013. Let's be real.
That's when I built my first PC.
Yeah, it was like it was kind of one sided in 2013.
So
Sony had
yeah,
the power advantage. They had the money. They had all that. It was like, bro, and
yeah,
then they had these
it
games.
was a
Okay,
landslide.
that was it. It was one sided. So now this time around with Game Pass, they even have even more interest to not even attempt to dab into console gaming, because they have
You don't need
you don't
you
need
don't
it.
need to.
Microsoft made it so seamless where it's like you're gaming on PC. It's literally like gaming on an Xbox now because they have the Xbox HUD.
Exactly.
It's literally the exact same thing. It's the exact same HUD as an Xbox.
It's funny because I get a lot of slack for saying, "Well, how are you a PC Xbox guy?" I'm like, bro, like there's no difference when I go to my living room and go to my PC. It's the same thing. Like other than the frames,
unless you're playing
like
on Steam or something, but it's
exactly.
No
I don't really. I mean, I use Steam sometimes, but mainly I'm just on Xbox Game Pass on PC. So it just transitions my experience. I still log into the same. I still log in the same way. My interface looks the same, and I'm still using a controller. You know what I mean? Like it's not much difference.
Yep. Shout out to Mariano Pampa, $5 super chat. He said, "Hey, Big Claude and FC Violent. Alana Pierce confirmed the Japanese audio lip sync is off with the audio. Sadly, damn,
oh, man.
Well,
that's tragic, man.
There it is.
It's gonna feel weird.
It really is gonna feel weird. Maybe they'll have a patch. You know, like they usually have those day 1 patches or day 2 patches, maybe 3. Because Days Gone had like 7. It felt like in its first month. It's so weird. Has so many patches, but. It'll get some patches in there. Hopefully they can fix that later on. But it's unfortunate.
Man, Ghost of Tsushima: The Last Samurai, starring Tom Cruise. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, that movie was fire. I don't know what you're talking. That movie was good.
I like the movie. I'm joking. I actually like the movie, but a lot of people are like, really, a white guy playing being the last samurai.
Shit, I don't know. We'll see. I just want to play it. I want to see how it is. A lot of games, yeah, I don't know. Either my expectations are dropped, or I'm just not really that, hyped for a lot of stuff nowadays.
What you mean? What took your passion from gaming, my guy? What happened?
Oh, no, it ain't take my passion away, but a lot of games that I was hyped for. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing continues with the,
give me
30
example.
over 60. Like, I had high expectations for Valhalla. I don't know about you.
Really? Oh, okay.
I thought Valhalla was gonna be the third. They were advertising the hell out of it. Okay, this is true next gen. I was like, what?
Nah. For you got a super chat. I got something about Ubisoft. I got a bone to pick with him.
NYT Music. Shout out to you. $5 super chat says, after playing Destiny at 60, then going back to 30, open my eyes about FPS. Yo, FC, keep it gaming. What's up, Crispy Mom? But
look, big clap. All right, so I was a big ass Ubisoft stan because one of my favorite games ever. I
don't know if you're bigger than me, dog. I go for platinums. I go for platinums. I platinum the entire series.
You got me with that. I don't really go for the 100% stuff, but were you looking up French terms and trying to speak in French? Like,
oh yeah.
you know what I mean?
You were touching different with that one.
I want to go to Paris, man. I wanted to work at Ubisoft when I was younger, man. Because I really like their games, and then they're one of those studios where they can create a new IP, and they have a habit of doing it. It's like it has the dopest ideas, For Honor. Like to my mind, like that's like the premise is dope.
That could have been amazing.
The execution was so trash. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then like they just keep doing it over and over again.
We played the beta and everything. We really enjoyed that. And I was like, they actually did some cool stuff with it. It just was like
had cool concepts. It just wasn't
they prioritized one group that kind of was OP. The Vikings that charged you, they could just knock you off the map. It was like they didn't even fix it. It was like, wow, Ubisoft, very fair, but you nerfed the samurais.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And then like as I play, like my excitement for Ubisoft has waned over the years. The last good game that I played from Ubisoft was actually Origins, and I don't know if it's because it's the whole Egypt vibe, but that was a decent game. Odyssey, didn't like it. They made it too open world. It's no longer Assassin's Creed. Just change the damn name, please, because it's not Assassin's.
Really you're not an assassin anymore. I mean, you got a hidden blade, but it's like stealth is not even important anymore.
Why do you need to hurt
itself?
Like you could literally just bum rush the whole camps and stuff. You do not need to be stealthy.
You really don't. Like when you had the last one, Odyssey really broke the fourth wall with the franchise. Remember you had like the wheeled weapons, and you could do like fire on the weapons and do like the charge kick and all that stuff.
Yep.
That really was like, this ain't Assassin's Creed. This ain't Assassin's Creed.
It's not, man.
This is
something
else.
The name, man.
Just make a gladiator game. That's really what you guys want to make. A gladiator Rome type of game. Just do it. Like seriously. I had to use Assassin's Creed's name. What's up, Matthias?
If they did that, they probably you would probably get less hate from the Assassin's Creed fans.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean? Like
like
change, just
from the
get a new
first one,
game.
because the first one I was deep into Assassin's Creed with the first one. I thought it was just
Yeah,
dope. I
me
was like,
too.
I like this. Like it's a
I
secret
played.
society. Okay, we gotta
Yeah,
work in the shadows. You gotta get your info. Then they came out with part two where they made it more open, freedom, and it was just
yep,
badass. I love part two. That's
yep.
one of the best ones, if not
And
the
three.
best one still in
Mm,
the franchise. Part three was incredible too, with the assassin options where you can like build your
yeah,
actual assassins. I didn't even
France,
think you
yeah,
could do that.
or Italy,
That
Italy,
was
yeah.
incredible. You can do that. You can build your own assassin, and then when you see them get to master assassin, they take the leap of faith, and you have the ceremony.
Dope.
That
Yeah,
was Ubisoft trying. You see what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
Ubisoft trying and giving you an actual game. This time around, it was like, bro, that's I don't see none of that. you
It's
got
just
you have to choose between two different gender characters, and that's it. Play to the end. That's it.
I don't know. I'm not gonna show. Like, I know people are excited for, it, especially if you like Odyssey, you're gonna like Valhalla. It's similar type of games, cookie cutter. Ubisoft is a cookie cutter machine now, bro. I can't, man. There's no more innovation from them that I see that I like. They're going the EA model and the 2K model, or Take Two rather, and that just not
Damn,
for me, man.
was it really that damn? Was it really that long ago? Shit. The
Yeah,
first Assassin's Creed came out 13 years ago. Wow.
they're saving grace because they were going downhill after Unity, right? When they were in France.
Unity
Yeah,
damn near killed the franchise.
exactly. They shat the bed for that. And then like Origins was good because it did have a assassin story. Literally the
Yeah, that one
origin of
was good.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And then they went back. Then they were like, "Fuck it, RPG Warrior. This is a Warrior Creed." You know what I mean? Now
It,
it's Viking Creed. And what was next? Samurai Creed. Like, come on, man.
that's where everybody wanted a samurai. But if you're gonna go samurai, you better do samurai right. I'm talking full fledged to your roots
Mm.
assassin. If you're going the
Well,
same
go ninja.
thing,
Just go ninja.
yeah, I'm saying like if you're gonna do all this and do this type of style, a lot of people are gonna do the comparisons. They're gonna be like, "Well, that looks like Ghost of Tsushima." I kid you
Hmm.
not. When it's open world like
Of
that, you're just
course.
going around.
Open world. Yep.
They're gonna be like, "That looks like Ghost of Tsushima," because you have the option to go stealthy now, and they'll probably put the hood on and stuff. It's like, nah. The last one I legit enjoyed from them, aside from because I enjoyed Odyssey and I did enjoy Origins, but the one that was
Too
last
big,
time I
man.
was really invested into was Black Flag.
Flags,
I
dog.
was
Black
invested in
Flag.
that,
That was my game. I did every side quest. That's how, like,
bro.
how if
Fire.
you gotta like a game if you did every side quest from Ubisoft.
Hell yeah! Even when you hunting, the hunting was badass in that game. Like it was, bro. That
The
was
best
dope.
part though was the shanties, man. Remember? Like, I don't
Oh
know. Like,
yeah.
I'm prior military, prior Navy, so I was like, oh, this is fire.
What's
It
up?
just Yeah, they're just doing the shanties, and I'm just sitting there going from one island to the other island, just being a pirate, man. Pirate of the Caribbean and shit.
Yeah.
It was fire, man. But
What's
see, but those developers, the Black Flag developers did Origins, and they're also doing Valhalla, so it has some type of hope because
mm,
all the games that they did are actually some of the better Assassin's Creed games. But
facts?
Valhalla's not assassin. Like a Viking being stealthy, that doesn't make any damn sense.
It
You know
doesn't.
what I mean?
It
Like,
really doesn't. A
how?
Viking is known for just
They do
charging
shield
into
wall.
battle.
They charge. They go straight into
So
battle.
weird.
Like being a stealth doesn't. Odin frowns upon that, man. Like, come on, man. You're
Shout
not
out to
you're not gonna
solid.
die in
Shout out to solid
Valhalla
Rev.
playing being a ninja.
Yeah.
Like, no damn sense.
Hey Rev, I'm still getting heat off of that, bro. When I said that game looked spooky, I tried to warn him, Rev. I
It
tried
does.
to warn him. I was like, as soon as the gameplay show, 'cause I did a live reaction to it, bro. As soon as the gameplay started to show at the show, I was like, okay, 5 seconds. I was like, oh my god, it's the leak footage. It didn't change. It's the same thing. And literally, it's the exact same thing. Nothing changed. He said Origins and Odyssey both looked awesome, but both got super repetitive pretty fast. I've never beat an Assassin's Creed game. Wow.
Oh wow, never.
Damn. You didn't beat part two? Assassin's Creed 2? That's the one I would say is I would say even though it gets a little repetitive, it's actually easy to fit because it's not a long story. It's a good story.
Well, see, all right, that's another thing too. Like every game has its own like cycles of stuff, right? Like what
Mm.
what you do, like the circle or whatever, the gaming cycle.
Yeah.
The wrong problem with Assassin's Creed is when you do some of the things, it's just boring. Like going doing a side quest, it becomes boring, becomes tedious, and there's so many things to do.
Yeah.
in the game, and not like good things to do. It's more like like busy work, and the busy work
Yep.
is not fun. You're gonna drain people, especially open world game. That's my issue with open world in general.
Yeah.
All that busy work is like pretty much meaningless,
Yeah.
and then people don't end up playing
They
it or
falsely
beating it.
advertised Black Flag. As much as I praised it, there was one part that was falsely advertised. You remember when the contract missions? Remember how they said contract missions can immediately turn into naval combat?
Oh
That
yeah,
was so bullshit. That never happened at least once in that game.
I'm trying to think. I don't. Yeah, the naval combat was that even contract? You just go out like they come to you, or some of the missions you got to go out. How does that? Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Damn,
I
Ref
like the
said he
naval
owned every
combat though.
one, but he said they get bored after 10 to 15 hours. Yeah.
That's true, man.
Odyssey
I
really
can't
will
do
get
it.
you bored.
Can't
I
do
ain't
it.
gonna lie, because that's what you're
Odyssey,
doing most time. You're
Odyssey,
just
I played
leveling up.
20 hours, bro. 20 hours, man. And then I just couldn't. Like, I looked at the map. I was like 10%, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, ah, fuck that. I'm not selling to every island in Greece. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just turned it off.
Upgrading the
Uninstalled.
homestead and all that shit. I was like,
Nah,
I don't know.
nah, it's just too much, man. Like, you're trying to like hit too many things, like what you want your game to be. It's
Mm-hmm.
like focus on a core aspect of it and focus on that. Like people making the game bigger is not enticing to me.
Oh,
Like
that's
it's
a
like
good
this
point,
is 10
Sean.
times bigger than Odyssey. I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's a good point. He said the part you really get anything Assassin's Creed related in Odyssey was pretty much in the DLC.
Interesting. I heard the DLC
That
is
is
good
true.
though.
Yeah, but think about DLC shit that you got to pay for. I
I'm,
didn't
I'm,
pay
I'm
for the DLC. I got it for free when I bought the I got the game super cheap on a sale on PSN when I got it, and it had everything on there. So I got it super cheap there. But again, hypothetically though, in order to even get Assassin's Creed like missions, you have to pay for it, which super. So
that's just dumb. Like, just take the name away. Just make a new IP, and then make it whatever you want to do when it comes to this new action adventure type of stance they're trying to take. And shout out to Big Mike, man. Nah, man, I'm gonna need you to wash your mouth with soap, bro.
oh.
How dare you? How dare you? This man.
He said Rodimus said on Microsoft's GameStack blog, the next Xbox event is August 3rd at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Really? Okay, so they got another show. I mean, they said they had other shows right
Yeah,
before this.
there's supposed to be an August show.
Okay, so
So
August 3rd. Interesting.
is
Interesting
it
to see what
third?
they
That
got.
early?
Yeah, he said August 3rd.
Like
So the
it can't be that early.
23rd and then August 3rd.
When's Sony's August show?
So they haven't confirmed that. We're all waiting for like
Oh, it's not
I'm
confirmed.
expecting a stealth announcement for like during their show, like at the end of their show at Microsoft. They'll announce something like, "Hey guys, this is where we're gonna be here," or they'll say something. They'll show something else for the console, like a price or something. I don't think they'll show pricing though until August, but they're getting there. We're getting to August, so it's might as well show the price or something.
I hope they show something, man. I want to see it. I want to see it, man. I want to see the price. I want to see the launch lineups.
Yep.
If you want to found boy correctly,
He
prepare
said
launch
just name
lineup.
it Valhalla because it's already big enough. Hey, I agree.
It is.
He said Red Dead 2, I finished it. Story was boring. Red Dead 2, the gameplay was boring. Story was amazing. That's what I would say about Red Dead 2 for me.
All right, so I'm a cap right now. All right.
Oh.
I gotta I'm gonna preface that by saying
certain aspects of that gameplay was like, boring. Because, they did such a good job making it realistic.
okay, that's
Yeah.
exactly where I was going.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
they did
listen,
such a great job, but it's like, damn, I really do feel like I'm on a horse at some point.
no other game makes you feel like an actual cowboy in the West. Like in
Oh, yeah,
Wild
no,
Wild
they're not
West.
touched. They're not touched this
Everything
time,
is slower. You gotta walk through mud. Like it's
Mud
the
actually
immersion,
looks
man.
like mud and everything looks insane. It's
So
crazy.
like for me, I don't know. Like maybe because I like westerns and I like cowboys and shit. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is so damn cool. I just took it in.
Did you feel the
Like if you
horse
embrace,
physics were weird? Like, especially when you would fall off the horse or get knocked off the horse, very weird. That's what kind of felt
that's
like for me. It felt weird for me, like very
yeah,
sensitive.
yeah. It is. It was.
Yeah,
It's very, very, very sensitive. And I hope they improve on that. That's another thing too.
yeah,
Physics. I want the physics to improve next gen. It's
yeah.
too like this ragdoll stuff. I don't really like it because it's not realistic.
Bro, I'm like, you're doing like 20 somersaults after getting hit.
Facts, man.
Had to
I'm
get
over there
hit by the
scoring.
horse.
I'm over there scoring tens in in the Olympics and shit. Like, bro, I'm not triple
I will say
summer
this
step.
too, though. That multiplayer was, I don't know if you played it, but that
I played it.
multiplayer was atrocious.
I was disappointed because
I already knew it was going to
Red
be
Dead
atrocious though going in it
was
because
so
I
fun,
knew
man.
they had to they were going to try to incorporate those shark cards from GTA into
Fucking
that.
dumb. The
But they
gold
did it with
bars,
gold
the gold
bars.
bars.
They did it
Yeah.
with gold bars.
Fucking Rockstar, man. Like, you guys are so good, but Take-Two, fuck off. Like, no, man. No. Like, focus on the actual game. Like,
Yeah,
Red Dead 1's multiplayer was so good. Like, it
yeah.
was so good.
I
And
love
then
that. Like there
now,
was no restrictions in the first. You can go play poker and get rich. And Red Dead 2, it was like a limitation on money until you beat the game, pretty much. And that's where you get money. It's weird.
yeah.
Because it was kind of like you were with chump change, type of thing. It was kind of weird. Rev said my biggest problem was it was a gameplay reveal and they did the same move 1,000 times over it. It was just like, ugh, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, he's talking about Odyssey, yeah. I mean, Valhalla, yeah. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. That shield bash, like execution thing he kept spamming, it was the same thing. Sean says, spoiler, in that DLC for Odyssey, it turns out your chosen protagonist character is one of the parents to Bayek, the protagonist of the Origin. Yeah, no, I played it. I played all of them. Or I played through the majority of it, but
that's how they tie it in.
care.
Lame.
Yeah, you have to pay to get a tie-in.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Rev
Shout out to Solid Rev, man. You see it.
Rev
ahead,
said,
read that
one. Red Dead 2 was God tier gaming.
Facts, bro.
I mean, he's playing it on PC though. He bought it again, played it on PC.
Yeah, but he beat
really
it
enjoyed it
though.
He really enjoyed it
because it is gaming.
Yeah.
All right, can I stop capping or no? Oh, should I continue?
Oh, go ahead.
Like it is gaming, man. Like there's nothing more immersive than Red Dead Redemption. You're not gonna get a better open world game. And when I mean open world, I mean actual stuff in the world. You could follow a bird from one place to another place, and it has like its own life cycle. That's crazy. Or you could go follow someone in town, and they'll do their own story.
The birds change their spots. It's like really well done.
It's crazy. Like I don't know what they do. Like I don't know when they're on the field, Rockstar must be like the creepiest people in the world because they're over there following people and following nature.
They nailed decomposition, like with bodies and stuff like that, and like and with like corpses, bro. The corpses actually decompose. You see it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like if your horse dies, it starts to decompose too.
Yeah, so that's cool. He said, I want a dark, semi-open world Punisher game with the brutality of The Last of Us 2. Oh, that would be fire.
That would be interesting. It has to be brutal.
Yeah, that would be fire.
Rockstar's
still using old-ass, outdated controls. Have to tap X to run and input delay to walk. That is true.
They got to
They got to improve that. I beat it on X, then beat it on PC, halfway completed on PS4. Damn, you went through it all 3 times.
Oh
shit!
Yeah, that's. I love the game. I'm not doing it that much.
Attention to detail is amazing. Oh yeah, and yeah, it's slow. I mean, it's great. Like Red Dead 2 is great. It does a lot of insane stuff, right? For the gaming industry, it does a lot of cool stuff. Like it only makes me wonder what they can do with GTA 7 or 6.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, GTA. I mean, like what they do and they excel in is the single player, the campaign. They excel. When it comes to multiplayer, just throw that shit in the bushes. But you can't listen to indie gamer. I mean, this guy here doesn't recognize the goat of indies, Ori 2. Can't recognize. I can't take what he says for
Ori 2 is the goat of indies.
Yes, sir.
I will give that to Dusk and Legion Tale.
I don't think I played those actually.
Yeah, I played.
No, I'm just messing with indie. I'm messing with indie because he's a big Hollow Knight fan, and so I'm just always giving him shit. But I'll have a couple minutes left, man, before I gotta bounce. But I have a question for you though.
What's up,
Big Cloud? All right, so next gen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer more open world experiences or more semi-open / corridor experiences, and
That's
why?
That's a good question. So, Last of Us 2 gives you that illusion that it's open world, but it's really well done to where it doesn't bother you type of thing because you have so much to go for, like many ways you can check out, different
Different avenues of
crevices.
approach.
Right.
Yep.
If all games are like that, honestly, I wouldn't have a problem at all. Period. If any game was like that. But do they have to be full fledged open world? Not necessarily. But I would like to see more games get an open world treatment, though. Future reference.
Really?
Yeah, I like to see games get an open world experience. That way we can, different experiences for games. Shout out to Ruff. He said, "All right, guys, got dropped. Hey, appreciate you stopping through, brother. Thanks for coming through."
Later, bro.
But no, I can appreciate an open world game. I really can. It's just I don't think every game needs to be that way. Nah, give me something like The Last of Us. Show an improvement. Give me really show that you improved it and blow it up type of thing. And go, yeah, you have this way. Remember how this one felt claustrophobic in the corners? This one doesn't feel. You know what I'm saying? Do it like that.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That was the problem with Last of Us 1. It felt like you were mostly in hallways. Or not hallways, but in neighborhoods with dead end brick walls, and it felt like a claustrophobic approach to a lot of the game design. This time around, it's not like that.
Very narrow.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good answer. I was just curious, man, because open world games, people want to make games open world, but when they do that, they don't know how to fill the world correctly. They fill it with these fillers and these side quests, and I'm like, bro, no. If you're gonna make an open world game,
some can do it though. Some can pull it off. Rockstar pulled it off with the stranger missions and the random random encounters you came into with Red Dead 2. With the dude
did a good job on it as well. Days Gone did a good job on it as well, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So,
remember but that's how you gotta the brother and sister couple.
Oh man, yeah.
Now if you drink the coffee, or whatever, right, or whatever, eat, you got to go there and get your money back, right? You get your money, and then if you kill them. And you keep the sister alive, if you take her by where she buried the mom, she'll actually interact with the body. She's like, "I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. This is my punishment." She'll legit do that.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the attention to detail that Rockstar did for that game.
People have stories. I think I remember one scene in one of the first little towns. You get in a bar fight or whatever, and the guy's pissy drunk, and he's going home to his wife. And then you come back in that same town, and you're behind the police station, and you hear. I think it was a police guy, and then hear them arguing with his lover in one of the second tier buildings, and then he comes out and he's pissed drunk again, and you could either fuck him up and and then have that have his little cycle end, or just have it continue, and it's just crazy. I think he got shot. I think his wife shot him.
Yeah,
I'm
for a game that's Western, I gotta give that game props to though for Red Dead 2 as well. The soundtrack was fantastic and fantastic soundtrack.
Excellent, bro.
So, but no, shit. I know you have to go. I'm going for damn near an hour. That's what we were aiming for. We were actually going to do this at 5, guys, but my PC kept turning off by itself on some real shit. It was a scare I had now. And literally, if I turn my legit camera on and show you what's going on here. So I took my power supply out of my PC. I haven't swapped it out or anything, but I took it out and I found out the issue. So one of my ports that plug into my board or whatever came on loose in the power supply. And it kept turning the PC off. So that was annoying. That was annoying, but we fixed that issue. So we're definitely good to go. I was going to drop a video before Violent even came in here. I had everything planned for the Xbox, video. But it looks like I'm just going to talk about that with you guys tomorrow on the RGT. So I want to say shout out to everybody who came up to this small little show we did. Wasn't really over the top, but real talk. You guys are what makes it what it is. So thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all. Yeah, can't wait, man. We're going to be talking about Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow and a few other things. So can't wait. But I want to say big shout out to Mr. FC Violent here for coming through.
Sure.
Had a blast talking with you. His social media is right there on the screen. Go follow him on Twitter. And, share the love on his YouTube channel. Tell him where to find you, man.
Yes, sir. You can follow me on Twitch, FC space, I think it's FC_Violent. And on YouTube, man, follow me there. And a couple of guys that I know that Big Cloud knows, like Kofi, and Omar, Sharab. He's also on there. And definitely follow us there on FC space Violent on YouTube, man. Check us out, man. We talk about all things gaming. And anyway, Big Cloud, appreciate you having me on, man. It was fun. Good, solid debate, man. Nothing too crazy. No fanboyism. It's just two gamers talking.
Two gamers talking. No need for that. Because it's like we both see eye to eye on this, and I see a lot of people just slowly not seeing it. And it's like, that's very infuriating.
Yes, sir.
This man,
she gave me
that man never invited me on the show. Uh-oh.
Oh man, I've been trying to get you too, Forte. Hold on, I've literally got everybody else on Brab. I'm getting you next, bro. I got you. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. And Big Cut again. Appreciate you. Everyone else, keep it gaming. Peace.
Later, brother. Later. Forte. Let's shoot for next week if you got time, bro. If you got time, let's shoot for next week for sure. Slow-mo, you as well. Next week, let's try to shoot for that. I'm work on some other ones, but one particular one I want y'all to look out for. We working on that right now. Shout out to you guys, though. I'm gonna dip out. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Deuces.